What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and today's build video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be highlighting a new weapon that is currently being tested in the PTS, and the main reason I wanted to do that is because I've been receiving a lot of messages from not only you, my family here at the channel, other content creators, I mean their family as well, and they've been saying that the shotgun's just absolutely a monster. I've tried it out, you can see by this footage, you are absolutely decimating all NPCs, and the crazy part is, I'm doing this without the main talent even proc. Now I'll get into that a little bit later in the video, but today I wanted to take a minute, discuss the weapon, talk about everyone's, opinion on what they think of it, and answer as many questions that I can that you've sent the channel. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. Make sure you turn on those notifications. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. And remember, we are currently having a giveaway for a PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on October 2nd of this year. So like I said a moment ago, this is not going to be one of my typical build videos where we go over all of the build breakdown, all of that stuff. We're really going to be highlighting the weapon itself. Now, for those of you that may not know, I never play on PC, and honestly, the only reason I bought this game on PC was so I could be part of the PTS testing when it took place, and the only reason I'm bringing that up now is because you can see here that it may say that I'm at shade level 11-15. That's not the case. My character is actually at shade level 24, and as you can see by my stats, they're as low as they can be. Like, I haven't been able to spec into anything, so even having a shade level character at 24 using this weapon, it is still completely lights out. Now, in addition to not only having a very low shade level, I haven't been able to spec into any of the specializations. So you can see here, I have no extra weapon damage. I've got nothing activated for this thing. And the reason, again, I bring this up is to really highlight how powerful this weapon is. I mean, without having a high shade level, without having anything even close to being fully specced in my specialization tree, and my gear itself isn't optimized as well, you can see how much damage this thing can actually put out. And once again, to be clear, I didn't even have the talent on this weapon procced when I was going through that heroic content. So again, when it's active, it's just absolutely insane. So let's get into the shotgun itself. It's called the Lefty, and as you can see, this thing is an absolute monster. We're sitting at 1.1 million base damage, 350 RPM, 30 in the mag. It's got maxed out shotgun damage, damage to armor, and damage to targets out of cover, and it has the talent Perfect Sledgehammer, where dealing damage with a grenade applies a mark on a target. Targets with a mark will take 40% more damage to armor and have 30% less movement speed. Marks will disappear after 10 seconds. And I mean, to really just put this weapon in perspective, for me, everyone knows how much I love using the Scorpio, but look at the difference. You have the same amount of damage, but look at the RPMs and the mag size. So even though you don't have the talent Septic Shock, which is by far one of the best talents in the game, this weapon more than makes up for that with its power, its fire rate, just pretty much everything. And again, you'll see now I'm going to show you some footage with the talent procced, and when that's going, again, you are just ripping through enemies left and right. Now for the gear itself, I just did a little farming because again, nothing in the PTS you keep, and chances are when we get to phase 2 of the PTS, all this stuff will be gone. I will probably need to farm again, so none of it is maximized. But again, it's 4-piece Hunter's Fury, 1 piece of Badger Tough because the shotgun is my primary, and I'm using the Memento backpack, I'm using the Assault Drone, Crusader Shield, all that stuff, just to give you an idea of something you can put together with the current gear you have. Now with all that being said, let's now get into some actual footage where I use the talent itself, and we go over why there's so much conversation in the community about this weapon, and why some people believe that they should introduce this weapon into the game as is, and others are saying if you do that, it's going to break a lot of shit. And obviously we don't want that to happen, and it's not about PvP versus PvE. It has to do with the actual talent itself, and if the gun is actually performing the way it was designed to do so. One recent example I can use is the Heartbreaker gear set from Season 9. I mean, when that came out, everyone was using that, and 2 weeks in, they made adjustments. It's still incredibly powerful, but in my opinion, when that happens, it just looks like you're nerfing all the cool toys that we're playing with, and nobody likes that. And again, that wasn't the case. It was an adjustment. So moving forward with Season 10, I would love to see everything come into the game balanced. And look, if something isn't as strong as we want, I would much rather make it stronger in the future than have something for 2 weeks and make it weaker, and that just really bums everyone out. Anyway, getting back to the footage you're looking at now, I've procced the Talent Perfect sledgehammer by tossing a grenade, damaging NPCs, and you can see when you do that, again, you are just mowing through everything left and right. And you'll see a little more when we get down to where the bounty targets are. And you'll also notice, once again, even without the talent procced, you're putting out so much damage. So I'm really on the fence with this thing. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I mean, do you think they should leave the weapon the way it is, or do you think they should make the tweaks now and not have to nerf something later? With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this up, and as I mentioned in yesterday's video, I'm going to be putting out a ton of content over the upcoming weeks before, this actually goes live, which is on September 13th. I'm not only going to be showing you some of the stuff that we're doing in the PTS, but also going over a lot of things that you should be working on now before Season 10 goes live. I know there are so many things I need to do with my character. I want to pass that information along, and as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know in the comments section down below. I do my best to get back to everyone as quickly as possible, so let me know what's going on in your gameplay, and I'll try to respond as quick as I can. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. I mean, look at this thing. And by the way, just so everyone knows, exotic drop rates, I'm going to be saying this in tomorrow's news video, but this is not what it's going to be like when the game goes live. This is just what's happening now in Phase 1. So everyone's been talking about exotics. They will not be dropping like this when it goes live. Anyway, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Serious trauma detected. That's the target agent.
God damn it!
Target neutralized. Good work. Target spotted, Sheriff.
Be careful out there! Fuck you! Cover not so good, eh? Get an angle on him! I got you! Enemy is here!
Target down. Good job. Cleaning up the streets one bad guy at a time. Nicely done, Sheriff.